Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So it is time. Last time I did this was in, what is this, October? Yeah, October. Wow. By the way, thank you for the support on this video. We're super close to 11k, by the way. We're like 50 subs away. So if you're new to the channel and you appreciate this video, you like the other content I've been uploading along with this tier list video, make sure you drop a sub and stick around if you enjoy. I haven't made a tier list video in a while. I was going to do one with Uta, Shanks, and Koby, but I don't know. I got busy with school, filming thesis and stuff. I kind of got lost in the wind. It is what it is though. But now that the DLC, the final DLC, as of right now, is out, and I've got some time, and everybody's had some time to play with Garp, Rayleigh, and Roger, I figured why not revisit this and adjust my tier list if I change any of these characters and stuff like that, and also put where I think the new characters go. So to skip and save time, I'll probably just cut here for a moment, refill the tier list, which is right here. What's he doing here? My bad, everybody. So yeah, I'll probably just refill this. I got rid of the E rank, or I might add it. We'll see, just to kind of keep the same style going. I might minimize it just because I feel all of these characters are strong because of the new level cap and all the new skills and everything that the game introduced. So yeah, I'll probably just skip to when this is all filled out to where I think it should be, and then I'll go over the 6 characters right here, starting from Uta all the way to Rayleigh. Okay, so I am here. So there's already a couple changes. So I changed the top rank from just saying top 5. I think I did that like right at the end of this video, as you can see here, just to kind of like separate those I thought that were an S that are just a bit better than everyone else in S. But I immediately just took out top 5 and just put an S plus tier because I think there's so many characters that are really good now. It's kind of hard to just say a top 5, and if anything, I'll do another top 5 at the end of this video. But yeah, so immediately that's the first change. The second big change that you can probably tell is I used to have Gear 5 Onigashima Luffy at like low S rank or just S rank. I tried to do it like in order of like how good they are, but I think just putting them in a rank, if I put them first or last, I think obviously it's a little bit more clear like which one's better than the other, and I'll go into detail. But after it's been 5 months now, after using Gear 5 Luffy, learning the infinite stuff, making those videos which you guys seem to like a lot, it's super fun making those, and running him on the new stage, Gear 5 Luffy, like base Luffy, okay, yeah, he's basically New World Luffy, whatever, with hockey and a couple new specials, sure, whatever. Gear 5 Luffy himself literally, I think, makes this guy like top 3, top 4, top 5, top 2 in the game, because you can build so many ways around it. You can have him where he's special attack build, where he just constantly is throwing the Kaminari. His special attacks go through the Logia defense, so the Logia annoyances don't even phase this guy at all. Battering gun has immense range. The Kaminari gets refilled if you put like top of the world is one skill that's newer that basically helps you refill your specials while you're in the air. Concentration, whatever, special move enhancements. Like Kaminari is a stupidly fast super attack. It fills up super quick because it's not an ultimate, it's only a 3-star, I believe. So you could just spam that, and because he bypasses so many things, you can stay in his full force burst. If you want to stay healed, you can even call it the immortal build. If I maybe I want to make something like that, because Indomitable Spirit got buffed to level 5. So now Indomitable Spirit is at level 5, and if you put that on Luffy, obviously for the our cheat death undying gamers, that would kind of be counterintuitive, but putting Indomitable Spirit, you're basically making Luffy immortal and infinite, right? So it's super fun. I have so much fun running Gear 5 Luffy. If you see or check out the video I did before this one where he takes on the New Heart stage, was it True Pirate Warrior King? Like, even though I was low on health, I was just having a blast. Like, when I was, not that makes them any less like bad, these three, but like I was more nervous because they are more susceptible. Sorry, I cannot speak. They're more susceptible to getting, I think, damage on them and getting caught lacking as opposed to Luffy, because Luffy's also really fast and he's in the air, so he can like maneuver really like around quickly. So I was never scared with Gear 5 Luffy, and after playing him for months and months and months, I felt like I was being a silly Billy putting him in S, like low S or whatever. Again, I will be honest though, again, objectively speaking, half of him, I mainly like this half. The first half is just base Luffy, right? But we're all here to play with Gear 5, right? So it is what it is. Next thing I changed, which I think I had, yeah, you can see, I mean, obviously I have them side by side here just so we can go through it together. I moved Hybrid Kaido up to high S or just S in general, because I do agree in hindsight, I probably, like honestly, you could put them right here next to each other, because they both, I mean, I think we all know that it's kind of cool how their icons match here. Anyway, it's like the touching horns, but Hybrid Kaido, obviously he does less damage than Power Kaido. Power Kaido is just a monster, no pun intended. So maybe that's what might keep him down here a little bit. But honestly, like if you want to tell me, hey, he belongs up here, I wouldn't blame you, because he's a giant character that demolishes guard. He has really good specials. The only special that's a bit funky is the Flaming Bagua. You know, the I forget what it's exactly called because it has a long name. But the flame dragon torch or whatever it's called. That one has a weird kind of animation. So you have to kind of like plan around it. But his range, his guard break, he's a speed type. So even though he's not really fast, he does have infinite stamina when he goes in full force burst, so he can move around a lot more than this Kaido in base. But then again, this Kaido has a Sky Dragon form, which is also supremely strong. So yeah, I moved him up from A. Sorry, but yeah, I could probably, honestly, I can even see the argument for him being an S+, honestly. But his damage is a little bit lower than this Kaido. This Kaido just kind of decimates everyone else here. I mean, obviously, I feel like we know Whitebeard is monster. Katakuri is my favorite character in the game before all the DLC came out. He was so cool, or still is, really strong. And I feel like, the fact that he can heal himself, the only weakness I think I could say to him is that his special attack is super, the main one, the Bus Kamochi, is kind of funky, and that you have to catch someone. So maybe that could bump him down here, and honestly, you could probably bump Kaido up here or something like that. I don't know. Who cares? But, I would probably just lump... He still belongs to me. This might be just bias, but he still belongs up here in the upper echelon of characters. Odin, same deal. Really strong character. Nothing really changed with him. But yeah, let's move on to see where else or who else I brought up here. So I also changed Big Mom from A to S. I think the main argument for me for this is that Big Mom does have really good stuff, and I also think the fact that the thing is, inherently giant characters in this game have a bonus to them in terms of damage output and also guard breaking and all that stuff. So again, not all the case, because we'll get to the folks down here, some of them, right? But Big Mom, I feel like just inherently giant characters have a good, just base raw ability to do well, and also destroy a lot of armor and all that stuff without any trouble. Which could, I mean, if you see my gameplays, sometimes you'll see I get really frustrated when I just start getting, running into Blackbeard, and all of a sudden I get absorbed, or I'm getting juggled by Kizaru and Akainu, and I cannot see anything, and I'm just getting folded. That usually doesn't happen with Kaido, the both Kaidos, Big Moms, Whitebeards. Like, they see a Logia type, it's over. Same thing with Gear 5 Luffy. So, yeah, I think bumping Big Mom up to, S, I think is fine. So moving along, I bumped up, Power Shanks, and Mihawk to, top of A. Same kind of thing. I could see him in S, both of them. I just think, I know you can cheat with, Mihawk and not get rid of his sword buff and kind of dash cancel into it, but I still think he's not the greatest, but he's definitely close. His special attacks are pretty cool, and his sword gimmick is pretty cool too. I just think compared to people up here, he's not as good. Same thing with Shanks. I think Shanks' main issue is that his hockey ability is tied to his combos, which is why he's spoilers, he's better, in my opinion. Much better. But, you know, especially like with how crazy they went with Speed Shanks, looking at Power Shanks in hindsight, it's like, yeah, he's good, but not as good as he should have been or could be. So now we got him. So yeah, if you want to argue in the comments, go ahead. I know people love to, you know, put these two or push Shanks higher, maybe even up here for certain builds. I get it. Do you? I personally think that they go here. If you disagree, completely fine. Okay, just gonna move along and see what else I changed. I think for the most part, everything here stayed the same. Kinemon. So I got rid of the E rank because I felt like it was kind of like, I don't know, E rank felt almost, I don't know, it's weird making a tier list and seeing an E rank. It's always usually like S, A, B, C, D, maybe F. People usually skip E. And I also think not every character is as bad as they used to be because of the new level cap and all that stuff. So I bumped characters up like Ivankov, Jinbei, because Jinbei also did a revisit for him, and I thought, you know, he could have been bumped up to like C or B instead of having him down there at E rank, like near the bottom. I think he's okay. A little less than okay because I guess B is mid tier, but like I don't know, I think he's better. I definitely bumped Nami up, New World. I mean, the only Nami, right? I think her full force burst and stuff, it makes her really, really strong. And I think using that is pretty fun. But yeah, so I think Nami deserved to go up. I don't think she belonged like in the C tier range. Ivankov I bumped up to bottom C. I thought Ivankov was a bit better. Sabo and, or I was gonna say Kuina, but Tashigi and Barto I bumped up from E to D because again, and same, you know, there's not really anything in the game that's like super crazy to the point where like they're awful now, especially with all the new skills and stuff, as I keep saying. I'm trying to see what else I changed. I think for the most part everything else is the same. Now I know, look, I had tons of people, I mean a lot of you watched the video, tons of people telling me Chopper is pretty good, and Bench is actually pretty good if you know how to use them, and da-da-da. Like, okay, look, I'm first, I'm gonna be real. Agenda first. My agenda, if you're a fan of One Piece, you already know about Agenda. So, Agenda, I cannot fucking stand this guy. I try using him, I know how to use him, I simply just do not have fun, the time, or patience to deal with this motherfucker. So, I don't know, man, they should have took his ass out, let him take care of his kid, and then have, I don't know, bring Kuma back, especially with his backstory coming soon. Bump his ass out. Realistically, though, objectively, he's, you know, I still think he's the worst in my opinion, but I don't think he should have been taken out the game. That's whatever. But I don't know, man. I just don't like him. So you can argue for him in the comments. Sure, if you like using him, I no ill will towards you. Have the most fun. You know, I love that you can have fun with whoever you want to use. That's completely fine with me. But just respect my opinion that I could not give a shit about this guy at all. Chopper, look, he's everybody's son. He's adorable. I feel like I'm fighting like a T-Rex, which is funny because when I'm fighting with Drake as a T-Rex, I'm decimating everything and I have insane range and whatever. With Chopper, I feel like I'm fighting like ants, dude. Like I just don't like using Chopper. His specials, I hear some people in the comments sometimes saying like Chopper's special attacks are, you know, they're actually pretty good. Okay, dude. You know, whatever. I'm look, for the meme, I will be running these two at some point either this week or whatever for the new Heart stage, you know, the True Pirate Warrior Kin. They probably will do well. They might get decimated. Who knows? Because even Roger and them are pretty much always at like 10% HP throughout the entirety of the run. So we shall see. But yeah, overall, I think because of the new set of like stages and the new level cap and everything, I think E rank is probably, you know, I don't really need an E rank. I feel like everybody, again, I'm sure every one of these characters can clear every single stage in the game. My parameters are pretty much just based on how I observed it, how I play them, how much enjoyment I get out of using them. And not that I'm a not fan, like not that I hate technical characters, because one of my favorite tech characters in the game is Kinemon, and he has a really cool, like, powerful fire techniques, and I really like using him. Rayleigh is a great technique type. Uta we'll get to in a sec, but I could not give a shit about these two, man. I am so sorry. Sorry, Chopper. It is what it is. So moving on finally to the new portion of the video. So yeah, Uta, let's start with her. I think Uta is comfortably like B tier. I would probably put her like, honestly, I'd probably put her like around here, maybe like either above Nami or below Nami. My thing with Uta is that she's really strong, and I know they buffed her, and she is a bit better. Because I think on release she was probably like down here, being real, like close to here even. For me, I think Uta was really cool with the animations. I think, like, gameplay aside, Uta's animations and stuff are really good. She looks really good. She has her wings. She has her dancing, the musical symbols, the teddy bears, all that stuff is really creative and fun. I love all that. And I also love that every time you enter a stage where Uta is at, her song basically echoes out. And, you know, if you don't know her power, obviously her power brings you into her, like, dimension. So unless you hear her sing, she's just basically normal. So that's why, you know, that's their justification as to why she can do everything that she can do. So that's cool. But yeah, aside from that, I think her specials are kind of lackluster. They try to help with, you know, spawning the presents and all that stuff, but, you know, they do okay damage. And then the thing with me is that her combo game is usually pretty slow for all the setup that you need to do with her. And also, I think what's disappointing about her animations and her specials is that some of them are really cool, like when you go into her armor form. I think what it was to me is I just felt like they had untapped potential with stuff like Top Musica that I think could have probably elevated her character to be even stronger, because they don't have anything referencing Top Musica at all. And Top Musica could have been a cool special or even an awakening instead of her golden armor. But her golden armor makes sense, right? It's part of the movie. Her golden armor form is pretty strong. Her special attacks in there are kind of mid. They're not really that, I mean, at least visually they're kind of mid looking too. I don't know, Uta overall is a mixed bag. I think it's the best way to say it. I think Uta is exciting. It's you know, it did bring the music from the movie. I mean, you have to pay for it, but it is what it is. You know, it's what the age we live in. But I think Uta overall is a mixed bag for me. Moving on, we have our boy Speed Shanks. Speed Shanks. Okay, so immediately I want to put him like right here, or like even here. I think Speed Shanks has, I mean, one, he's obviously insanely fast. I think I did a comparison between both, and I think they both performed, at least on paper, similar speeds in terms of like beating stages. Because I think like if you're comparing strength, I think it's very similar to Kaido and Speed Kaido, which makes sense. One's a power type, one's a normal or a speed type, so one's gonna have more raw power. So I guess with that argument, you could probably just do this or something like that. But yeah, so anyway, Speed Shanks, I think, I'll keep this guy down here for a sec. I think Speed Shanks is probably like right here, if not maybe here. I don't know. Okay, there we go. He's like right here, interchangeable. He's like low at, or not low, high S going into up here, into like the, you know, down here. Honestly, he's probably better than Akainu. Yeah, I'll probably just keep him. Honestly, I'm gonna keep him up here. I think, sure, his damage might be lower than Power Shanks, but I think how fun he is and like how to use him and like the insane hockey abilities that he can do, that has so much range. It's like it's like it's like you're a giant character with this guy, and that's gonna be a running motif with some of these other characters too. He's really good, has some really cool specials, some really strong specials. Obviously, he has access to the Sovereign Strength skill, which, you know, obviously boosts his Conqueror's Hockey stuff. So I personally would probably rank Speed Shanks like you know, above Akainu maybe. I know Akainu has some like stuff, but I want to say he's probably up here. But with that being said, I guess that does give me some more insight. Maybe I should put this guy like low S, maybe both of them, because I feel like both of these guys are very similar to me. So I like both of them, so I'll probably put them here, and then I'll probably put Speed Shanks up here. Again, you could argue in the comment section. Let me know where you, or if kindly, if you want, just let me know where you would put Speed Shanks. I know probably people, I could see him being down here, or maybe right next to Power Shanks. Some people might have Power Shanks over Speed Shanks, because very similar to Kaido and Speed Kaido. You know, I feel like people might just like how much like his performance in that form. And to be fair, I think personally, on a personal note, I think Speed Kaido is much more fun to use than Power Kaido. Both of them are really fun, but I just think Speed Kaido's like unique unique animations, special attacks, having everything from his arsenal for the most part is pretty cool. So moving on, again, you can let me know where you would put him. Moving on to Koby, everybody's favorite, or you know, somewhere favorite Marine. Koby is honestly, he's up here. He's probably like right here. Koby has really good specials. He has a really cool gimmick. The more stuff that you do, the more, you know, enemies you defeat or combos, whatever, the more your combos get enhanced by bringing in like the army, or the Marines rather. And I know some people didn't like that, you know, Koby would do that, but I really thought that was unique. I thought that was cool. Koby's interesting too. He's like a technique type character almost, but he's a speed character. The reason I say this is because obviously he has his gimmick is obviously increasing his combos through, and they become stronger. So you'll have tiers where nobody appears, I believe. You'll have a tier where, like, you know, like 3 or 6 soldiers, like, you know, regular fodder characters appear. And you have a tier where giants appear. And like Koby is so fun. And he's fast and he gets the job done. He also has my favorite fit of his, which is the Film Red fit, because obviously it's a Film Red pack. So yeah, I would probably bump Koby high S, to be honest. I just really like Koby. His specials are, one of them is really cool, where like he does like it's like a meteor kick, you want to say, like with the cannonballs. I guess I didn't even realize I was going so hard on this, but I can just do this, make it full screen. Sorry if that was bothering anyone. But yeah, I personally, Koby, I think his specials are quick. Some of them are cool. He also has a really, my favorite one of his is like it's like a Rankyaku almost, like flurry that he does, or like, you know, the Tempest Kick or whatever. I believe it is Tempest Kick. I'm just misremembering the name, which is Rankyaku. But yeah, that's it for Koby. I think Koby comfortably belongs in S tier. Again, I wouldn't worry too much about like the order of where the characters are at. I try to do that, like in terms of like, oh yeah, like this character's better than this character, better than this character, better than this character. So, personally, I would probably like just, again, I probably would just X-nay all that and just say that every character here or in that rank is good in their own specific way, and I think they're really good in this specific tier. And rather than say this guy's better than her, then she's better than him, even though I think clearly Smoothie's top tier, right? So anyway, now we're getting on to the juicy stuff. So we have the main DLC pack that just came out: Gold Roger, Garp, and Rayleigh. Okay, so Roger, I think like straight up, he's like, he's up here. He's like Whitebeard is extremely strong. Don't get it twisted, and his range and all that is great. Like Roger, remember how I said that Shanks is like a giant character in small form? Roger is that. He is a power type. He does so much damage. you can charge his special attacks much. I think Ace, which is cool because I think they maybe did that on purpose because I believe Ace can do the exact same thing, right? Where you can at the beginning of the triangle combo string, if you hold triangle, your combo will be hockey charged, and it could cause like. So he'll send out a a hockey slash, and then it'll explode and make like a dome AOE. Roger is stupid. He's really, really, really strong. His full force burst allows him to access his hockey abilities at all times. He is just decimating guard left and right. His range with his sword, everything. Roger is he's just simply that guy. Which to me, I know I'm gonna leave him at number 1 because he was the king of the pirates, and it's fitting that they made such a strong character be him, right? It would be supremely disappointing if he was even an A tier, to be honest. Personally, I think he's number 1. I know. Okay, so gobbling aside, the only negative you can maybe think of is that his actual movement speed is a little slow, and I know I mentioned that for Uta. Roger, I feel like he has some slowness to him, but I think literally he's almost like a train. Like the moment he ramps up, and it doesn't take long to ramp up with his hockey abilities, it's off to the races. He is phenomenal. I think again, the hockey stuff, even his base combos, you slap some skills on him to get his specials really quick, get his full force burst, and it is pretty much GG. It's over for whoever's in your path, to be honest. He's really good on that new stage. Same with Luffy. Obviously, it's a bit trickier with him because, like I mentioned earlier, I think Luffy has that one advantage over him potentially, where like Gear 5 can just incinerate anything. But like I think Roger as a whole, his whole kit in terms of everything, I think he's just better than every other character in the game, and you don't even have to work hard for it. Which is one of my, I guess, hidden criteria is this, which I mentioned it in my last tier list video, is that I also go for characters that, not that I don't like I said, not that I don't like being technical, I go in for the fun aspect when I'm trying to take down thousands of characters, and if I'm setting up and it's not paying off, I just don't have fun. I set up a Kinemon and stuff, and I set up a Rayleigh and all that, and I have fun. I set up an Aokiji, I have fun. Yeah. But speaking of fun, I'm gonna put my boy like here or so, right next to, I'll just leave him here because of a teacher student type of deal. Garp is really good. His punches, I think the thing that makes him extremely powerful is his hockey ability as well. For him, I believe you can taunt and then start doing your combos, and then you can essentially start hitting everybody, right? With you get your hockey charge. So yeah, it's honestly really cool, and I really like the like insane hockey lightning just emanating from his hands and fists. That looks so fire. I feel like Garp is really, really, really good. He's a bit slow, obviously, but the couple negatives I have with him is maybe his speed and the fact that he doesn't have air combos. Especially if I know they have it adapted in the anime, but the way Garp be moving at like 60 or whatever AG's at on that island, when he just ping pongs, it kind of does suck. Where it's like, okay, well, our boy can do stuff in the air. You feel, but they didn't put that in the anime yet. But to be fair, I'm just gonna it's not even a question mark. That is the Galaxy Impact, right? I usually put question marks just to kind of see if people agree or if I'm going crazy or coping, whatever. It would have been cool if that was a special attack though. I know they probably didn't do that because the anime hasn't aired it. So very similar to Speed Shanks, where one of his specials is I think it's do you fear the new world or something like that, or the new generation, something like that. But it essentially is the very similar movements and stuff for when Shanks uses Divine Departure, but they don't name it that. The only person that has Kamusari or Divine Departure is the creator of it, Gold Roger, right? Which I didn't really talk about his special attacks, but all his special attacks are extremely powerful. The one where he, fitting, I put them right next to each other because they were rivals. But the special attack that Roger has where he clashes with Whitebeard, they gave it to him. And honestly, he, like, that destroys armor. But back to Garp. Garp, I think, is really good. He's definitely more of a hands-on bruiser, almost not, like, he was more of a wrestler in Pirate Warriors 3. Here, obviously, they retooled him. They made him more hockey-based. He has 2 levels, same with Roger, and same with Rayleigh, where essentially he has his base form and then he also has his hockey form. His hockey form does also influence every single one of his special attacks. So if you're wondering, like, is it any different if I have hockey when I do my specials? Yes, it is. It is very different, actually. With hockey, again, very similar to, like, these guys up here and even, like, this Kaido. Garp is a small body, but he'd be destroying everything. Like, he has so much range and AoE, like with his attacks, that I have so much fun with him. And also using him on that one stage where you have 15 minutes to just destroy everything. I got like almost 40k kills. It was insane. But yeah, Rogers is better in every other form than Garp. So yeah, I think I'll move on. Again, I wouldn't be shocked if you would argue like Garp right here or something, right? Because on a good day, I could see it because he's just really fun. We'll just leave next to his boy. So finally, to end off the video, and then I'll give my final thoughts overall. Rayleigh. So Rayleigh is a really fun character. I think Rayleigh probably belongs like same thing, like kind of like this kind of range. Rayleigh has, honestly, again, he could be right next to Garp. Honestly, he might be better. Honestly, I'm over here switching. Yeah, if anything, I'll probably just say this. Rayleigh is definitely in the same tier as like Garp, but I think Rayleigh's just slightly better because Rayleigh has access to his technique type form where, mechanic where he essentially has a vacuum mechanic, right? So everyone that gets marked, he can suck them in and bring them right in front of him, and then you can basically like do a special attack, use Conqueror's Haki, whatever. So Rayleigh is a really fun character to use because of that, but he also has really good range. He's more swordsman than like hockey man, if that makes sense. Like Roger and Shanks are just like, hockey lightning everywhere and just like, black and red is going crazy everywhere. I feel like Rayleigh is more so just swordsman, and then he gets hockey enhancements either at the end or he's kind of more fine-tuned, which I think I appreciate a lot. It's like if you have Okiku with Conqueror's Haki. That's kind of how it feels, right? A little bit. So Rayleigh, I think, is really good. The main thing with Rayleigh I probably have above Garp is just overall maneuverability and the way he instantly, like, I would say out of the 3, I know Garp or Roger's up there too. I say out of the 3, potentially after testing them out, Rayleigh has the quickest guard break in, like, out of the 3. I know Garp or Roger, I keep getting confused. Roger is very similar, but I think Rayleigh's like square triangle string. He catches you in that and you're just done. And same thing with, I think, Roger, where he has a similar like type of attack. But the thing with Rayleigh, I believe that's the one where he puts his palm up, and then he kind of like does like a hockey push, and then he slashes you a bunch, right? Rayleigh just destroys guard, and I believe his air square triangle as well just evaporates guard. So Rayleigh, I would say you could even bump him up to S+ maybe, and I think he is better than Garp. Garp just, feeds that meathead side of me, so it's like, whatever. But I think Rayleigh is like, out of the 3 DLC characters, he's definitely number 2. So yeah, and honestly, I would probably do something like maybe like this, or even like this or something, right? If I were to be real, like I'll probably put Speed Kaido a little bit below them, just because I think they're a little bit more fun. But I do think probably Hybrid Kaidos on this. They're all 3, like, I would say on the same tier. I wouldn't say like there's too much differentiating either of them, aside from obviously size and maybe a couple other things. So yeah, that's my tier list. I don't know. Let me know what you all think. I know I got a bit passionate with the bottom tier here, but you know, I had to be said because I have been quiet for too long. Uh, you know, I've been seeing these comments for months, and I kind of just go, hey, if you enjoy it, it is what it is. But you know, it whatever. Um, but yeah, let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. Who do you think that I am underrating? I feel like for me personally, I think everyone's in their right spot potentially. Um, if I were to go, like I said in my last video, if I were to make a quick, like let's say at or above, and then I do, like this is just the top 5 in the game for me. Like S plus pretty much is every top tier in the game. For me, the top 5 in the game is probably Boom, Boom. You could even argue something like this, maybe like 1 and 2. Honestly, yeah, you could probably argue something like that, and I might argue that right now. So that's 1, 2, 3. You could probably put him, and you could probably, I would probably. See, this part is tough. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I would probably put maybe Odin. Yeah. Like if I were to say top 5, I would probably say this. You could probably put, you know, him or him. You know, they're kind of interchangeable. I know people love Blackbeard. He has a very powerful gimmick, but I don't think, for me personally, I don't think he reaches up here. I would probably say this is my top 5 in the game. My biased top 5 is slide him in there right there. But I'll probably put Odin overall above. So yeah, let me know what your top 5 characters in the game are. Who's your favorite character? Did I slander your favorite character? Let me know if you know what you think of who I am underrating. Like I said already, who do you think I should bump up? Who do you think I should bump down? Who do you think I'm overrating? Who do you think I'm underrating again? So yeah, let me know in the comment section down below. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Or leave a dislike if if you didn't enjoy my tier list. But yeah, I would appreciate it just to kind of see some good good commentary, and also just talk about it in the comment section with you all and see if I take it. Because what I'm gonna do is, if you guys really feel passionately about a certain character, whether I should move them up or down, I will probably test them out on the new stage and see how they perform and if I enjoy using them. But yeah, all that being said, love you all. Peace out. See you on the next one.